All right, everybody, welcome to another installment of the Attraction Japan podcast. This one is going to be actually a video because of a certain coincidental series of events that happened that allowed us to do this for multiple purposes. So, without further ado, I want to introduce a young buck who is a star right now, enjoying a lot of fun and excitement, shall I say. This is Donnie.
Yo, I'm Donnie.
Yeah. So how long ago was it that you sort of started really getting into game and meeting chicks?
Oh, yeah. Hold on. I just remembered. Like, we should probably also put like Summerflower for the people who on the forum or something like that.
Oh
Is
yeah,
that
yeah.
important?
Summerflower as well.
Summerflower.
Some of you may know that.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, in Japan, it was March of 2018. I think March of 2018 that like I started looking up how to pick up chicks on the street. And then I found the playbook, and I just read through the playbook, like, it was like really fun. Always, I would like read through the playbook and get horny, man, because it was like so interesting. And then I started just like going out and doing approaches. Oh no, posting. I posted on the playbook, and I was like, oh, there's this girl. I'm trying to bang her. I dated her 3 times, and it's not working. What should I do? Like, she keeps coming out, but she won't fuck. And then Synapse was like, oh, why don't you just try taking your dick out? And I did, and it worked. And I've been fucking that girl for 2 years. Yeah, and she still comes out.
Hell yeah. Sweet. Okay, so since that time from 2 years ago to now, like, how has it changed? Like, what's your life like now, basically?
Like, I mean, basically, I have like, I don't know, 10 or 15 girls that they're pretty much down to meet up whenever, like if I want to, but like I'm pretty bored of them, or I'm always like on the hunt for something new or something higher level in terms of like appearance or sexiness. So there's like a ton of girls that are just like available for me, or like they're hitting me up, they want to chill, they want to meet me. And then there's a ton of girls that I'm chasing too, that like I wanna get with them, I wanna hook up with them. They're not as available to me. And then there's even more girls that like they're on my phone and like we talk sometimes, and I'm trying to get them out, but the timing hasn't come up or whatever. But amongst all that, basically, like, if I don't have sex for a week with a new person, that's kind of like rare. I feel like that's a long time for me to not bang a new girl. It would be like a week. Mm-hmm. 2 weeks would be like, what's going on? And that's like, it's like, that would be really bizarre. Like in a specific year, if there's like 2 week span where I haven't smashed something new, I start getting like anxious or something.
Mm-hmm. Right. Cool. And so pivoting onto basically this house that we're in right now, this is a pretty crazy lifestyle. Mm-hmm. And I just kind of want to share with everybody like what it's like. I've been here sort of a lot of the time for the past 2 or 3 weeks, and you've been here for
2 months.
2 months, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is kind of just a portal in time, or like a blip in existence. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously, hopefully, you can figure some way to make this happen longer term.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But for now, we're using this place, and it's a crazy lifestyle. So why don't you just describe like what a sort of a typical weekend or something is? Who's here? What happens? What goes down?
Yeah. So like, I mean, it all started in the middle of Corona, so people weren't really going out or coming out in places. Things weren't open, so the only thing we could do was like invite girls to come here. And then it just like, I had contacts, and Nate had contacts, so we had like a steady stream of girls that were coming through, and me and Nate, like, we always found it easy to pass the baton. So like after, I don't know, the first few weeks, I would say like we were like, there was like group sex situations like 2 or 3 times a week where like, yeah, like, you know, we were like smashing more than one girl, or girls getting smashed by both of us, or something like that. So then, yeah, it was like pretty much like satisfactory, right? Like we had our regs coming through and chilling, like really kind of casual, and sometimes we would share, and sometimes we would have like new girls come through and they would get the train, or not, like we could just bang separately and just go home, whatever. Like it didn't have to be so insane. But then one night we had a few other friends come over, so it was like 4 guys, 4 girls, and it got pretty crazy. Like almost everybody got penetrated by somebody. Some people got penetrated or by multiple people, or vice versa. So that was like the first orgy. That was like before you came. And that was pretty nuts. It was pretty nuts. We thought it was pretty hectic. But then, like, well, came, or I don't know, Synapse. And also Corona got lifted. So now all of a sudden there's a lot more people outside and more girls willing to chill. And then like, well, basically and right? So we just had like the all-stars, right? And now, I mean, just like as an example, last weekend I personally like smashed 7 new chicks from Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It was like 3, 2, 3. No, wait, 3, 2, 2. Yeah, like 3 new chicks on Friday, 2 new chicks on Saturday, 2 new chicks on Sunday, and it was just nuts. So that's like an example of the craziness going on now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it has been pretty wild. Like there have been some. I mean, basically every day is crazy, right? Some are more frustrating than others, but like last night, I suppose.
Yeah, last night sucked.
Yeah, but yeah. So I guess the girls themselves, like, what do you think it is that makes it so relatively simple and easy for like a bunch of dudes to bang the same girl? Like why are they down for that, basically?
Okay.
And what are some of like the numbers of some of the girls that have, like, obviously some girls come, they don't sleep with anybody.
Yeah.
Others they come and sleep with, what's the record? We got 7 or something.
Yeah. Right.
So one girl, she's a champion. 7 guys banged her in one night, and she was like loving it the whole time. Yeah.
Yep.
Totally.
And she spent the night. Yeah.
And she spent the night. Yeah. Totally
that.
Looking like, she looks like really pure, really clean, really nice fashion and everything.
Could be AKB.
Yeah. She was very pretty, but just like down,
super down.
Yeah.
I think it's like the biggest factor has to be like our mentality. So like we're all in it, like and we're not like afraid of it. So like for us it's normal, you know. So I don't know. Maybe they can sense that we're totally cool with it. Even if they're a little bit surprised at first, like the fact that, you know, we're just like, hey, it's okay. Then once like they know that they won't be judged, or that we're used to doing this and it's normal for us, then I think they can calm down. And once they're calm, it's like that kind of curiosity or horniness, or like the taboo, like, oh, that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a lot of girls that we've just told them like, hey, yeah, this is what we do. We bring chicks over, and we, you know, we 3P them, and one guy likes banging them in the pussy, and the other guy is like getting head at the same time. And like, yeah, that sounds maybe shocking at first, but then when they think about it, they're like, damn, that could be really, you know, exciting.
Right.
So then a lot of girls get curious about it. So basically, like, the biggest point is that we're cool with it. So for us, it's normal. Like, this is a kind of a safe space, so to speak. Like a safe space for threesomes, foursomes, group sex.
Yeah.
Whatever.
There's no judgment.
There's no judgment. Quite the opposite, right?
Yeah.
Like,
there's judgment if you don't do something.
Yeah.
I mean, like, not that much, but like it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And you're celebrated if you do.
You're celebrated if you do. That's a better way of putting it. Yeah.
Exactly.
And between the dudes, there's no real there's no it's not like I think a lot of guys would just get butthurt if like some other dude banged the girl that they liked or something. There's like a little bit of that sometimes, but for the most part, like dudes are like, they know in the long term it is an ecosystem, right? So it's like, let's all work together.
Yeah.
We all have to put in a lot of effort outside to get the girls to come, right? Because obviously it's like you have to approach a lot, which is why this doesn't work with just anybody, right? You would burn through, like normal people would just burn through all their contacts immediately. Yeah. So you need people who have like a really like a big stream of fresh contacts.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
So like, and I think maybe everyone that's contributing or participating has experienced like feeding and being fed.
Right.
Because it's just natural. It's natural to be butthurt, even if it's not like your girlfriend or anything. If it's just a girl that you smash first, then I think your like instinct as like a male of like the species is to like not want another male to get in there.
Right.
But like everyone feels it.
And also you kind of feel like she liked you particularly, but then you see her fucking just like other dudes, and you're like, I guess it, you know. But it's also that just like all the dudes here are really cool, so the girls are like fine with it. Like if we had like 2 or 3 really weird dudes here, like it would mess kind of everything up.
Of course, right? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so that's why it's a delicate, fragile ecosystem, right? But yeah, what was like the point that we were trying to make? Oh yeah, I think it's natural to feel butthurt at first, but once you've been fed, then you're like, holy shit, like look at this hot girl I just smashed, and I didn't really have to put that much effort into it because my friend, he did all the legwork, and then once like I was able to just come in and join on the fun. Right. So you get that gratitude, right? And you're like, damn, I wanna contribute to my friend too. Like I want my friend to have a good time too. So then, like everyone's trying to feed each other. Everyone like wants to get other people laid, right? It's almost just as fun as getting laid yourself.
Yep.
And if you're like not feeding people and you're only getting fed, then you're gonna feel guilty, right? You're gonna feel like, damn, I need to step it up.
Yeah. So, and at a certain point, you if that keeps happening, you just would be not welcome anymore, basically, right?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Like that's the balance, right?
So I think like it came together because like a lot of dudes were already out doing killing it on their own. I don't think you could go from like you can go from like not doing well on your own and then like join this kind of environment and be successful. That wouldn't work. Like you would have to be pretty successful on your own and have like an abundance of girls to even be able to like participate. Or to be successfully participate at least. It's
like a high rollers table or something.
Yeah,
right? Like you can't just rock up with,
with like your one reg that you get on Hello Talk.
Yeah. Got my one reg and 2 chew highs for me and her, and that's what I'm bringing to the party.
It's
that's like no, it's
work.
Like, yeah. So.
You're gonna need more chew highs, my friend.
Yeah.
But like. Yeah, no, I think it's also like the fact that the guys are cool that's the other side of it, right? Like you have to be cool to participate, and the fact that you are cool means that when somebody brings a chick, they know that you're gonna show that chick a good time, or at least like you're not gonna be a total like downer, right? Like you're at least gonna be somewhat cool and interesting, even if there's not a match or like that girl's not really feeling it, like. At least you're like a pretty cool enough person to introduce to other chicks, right? So like you have to be cool to like bring the chicks, and you have to be cool to get the chicks too.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you also about jar theory because I thought that was the most hilarious like theory that you had, and yeah. So could you just mention what that is?
Yeah, jar theory is like sometimes on TV someone's trying to open the jar. And they're struggling to open the jar, they can't open the jar, and then the next person comes and then they like open the jar with ease. The first person would say something like, "Oh, I loosened it for you," right? So I think that first person's effort of like trying to get the jar open, there was like force, there was like force exerted onto the jar lid, and maybe it did like start to like loosen up the jar, so that it made it easier for the next person to come in with like fresh strength. And actually get the jar open, right? So like, for girls, like they have endurance in terms of like being able to resist, right? Like even if they want it, even if they know that having sex would be like a fun outcome and like a good end of the night to the night, like for like they have maybe their like insecurities or like inhibitions or like some ideas about sex that makes them not want to have sex, right? Even though like physically they know it would be really fun. So they're putting up like a kind of wall or they're not really trying to have sex right away. So one guy comes in and he's approaching her and making her feel good and showing her a good time and maybe escalating a little bit, like touching her shoulder, touching like her back, and maybe he goes in for the kiss or he grabs the butt or the boob, and she's like having a good time, but it's not working. She's not feeling it. She already decided in her mind, I'm not gonna bang this guy tonight, right? Like maybe they just made that decision like arbitrarily because of their pride or whatever. But I mean, they're tired of like how can I say, like gaman, like they're tired of like restraining themselves, holding back, because they know that it'd be fun to have sex. They're tired of like holding back, and they're kind of enjoying the being pursued and being desired. And then another dude comes in with like fresh perspective, fresh energy, and looking at her like in the same kind of like that attraction, right? So she's feeling it from somebody else, and I think that's kind of like not exponential. It doesn't have to be exponential, but like it adds up. It definitely adds up. And now she's getting attraction. She's being pursued by two guys. Like, damn, that's pretty exciting. That's pretty fun. And she's already kind of tired of holding back with the first guy. And in her mind, she already said, I'm not gonna bang this first guy. But then the second guy comes in, and she hasn't made that decision in her mind, and she's already tired of like resisting, and she kind of gives in to her own desire and her own want to be pleasured, and then for some reason it's just easier for the next guy to come in and seduce her, or bring her to like a point where she can make a decision to have sex. And then once she's had sex with one guy, like and once she's like she's been pleasured and the juices are flowing, then why not one more? Like, why not let the original guy actually hit?
Yeah, no, for sure, super true. I think it really is like girls have like two kind of voices in their head, right? It's like they got the society, I gotta be pure, and like my dad would be mad, or like I can't have a boyfriend, or whatever they might be thinking the reason they're holding them back. And then the other voice is like, that would be fun, like this is fun, I'm having a good time, I'm getting wet just talking to this guy, right? Like I'm getting horny, and like I would love to be fucked, basically. I would love to have a good time tonight. And it's sort of like one of those is gonna win eventually. Just depends. So all you gotta do is just like kind of feed the right voice, right? And the no judgment thing is really big for that as well.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and like there's also like the kind of like they might even feel bad, like if they had sex with one guy at one night, and the other guys are just perfectly good, like there's really no reason not to, then they might even feel a little bit like, oh, I banged his friend but I didn't bang him, that's kind of messed up, like I should bang him too, right? Like kind of, not like, it's not pity, but it's like the jar is open, yeah, the jar is open. So why not? Yeah,
and then you have guys who come in even like a day or next day, or like she'll come back, right? So like one recent example, the DJ girl, she I think the first day, the guy that invited her, so the boy named Crow or brought her, and then you banged her with Nate, right? And then she came back just like yesterday, and then the guy who originally invited her banged her that night. Yeah, I probably could have too, but I was busy doing something else. Right. Well, with another chick, basically. Yeah. And so it's like sometimes that like they'll come back for more, because they feel like the non-judgmental fun vibe. Everybody's good people, and like they know that people are getting fucked, right?
Yeah.
Like, they know,
or they'll just move in.
Yeah, or they'll just move in. Yeah.
She was another really good example.
Right. Yeah. Right. and it's like she'll float around, like she'll like go like cuddle with you, and she'll come over here, and like she'll like move around between like three of us, and there's a few girls like that who will just kind of float around between three dudes, whether it's you, Nate, and somebody else, or yeah. So
yeah, and even if they smash like three dudes at the same time, like they might decide like that's their limit, or like because that's what Chi did, right? Basically, and James are nice to Chi and try to like get close to her, but it's kind of like she's down to be friendly, but in her mind it seems that she's already like, well, I think I've fucked enough guys for like a while, so
she decided her limit, but she's still kind of
but she's still chilling.
She's still hanging out, and
making toast, making avocado toast with us.
Yeah, cleaning the whole house like a champion.
Chilling, and even though like she sees me with Momo, she's not weird about it. Like she tries to be friends with Momo and like hugs Momo, and it's the opposite of cussing, right? Like Because she didn't really know about Momo that much. Nah, I think she's seen me with Momo, but she didn't like know like how serious me and Momo were.
Right.
When I first smashed her, and then afterwards she realized, oh, they're like kind of in a serious relationship, but she wasn't weird about it. She just tries to be friends with Momo now. Yeah, which is cool.
Yeah, they like each other. Yeah, and so what about Momo? Because that's interesting, right? Because obviously, so she's doing Papakatsu, right? And then she sees you. She's walked in. Like, how many times has she walked in on you fucking another girl?
Like 3, maybe. Like 3.
It's funny, right? So she comes and like spends the night a lot, like all the time, basically.
Yeah, all the time. Yeah.
So she kind of knows what's up, but at the same time, like, she just kind of ignores it, or.
Yeah. Well, the first time I was with Momo, she said that she doesn't care if her boyfriend or her husband fucks other girls,
right?
Because she thinks that makes like guys be more like Genki and more successful. So she thinks that guys get energy from that, so she doesn't mind. And then like as our relationship has grown, she's like starting to get a little bit like putting some more limitations. So the second time she was like, oh, you can bang other girls as long as they're cuter than me.
Wow.
Yeah. But then I was like, but she called me banging girls that aren't as cute as her.
I would think it would be the opposite.
Yeah.
I would think it'd be like, don't bang any girl cuter than me, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. It's not logical, but.
Yeah.
And then she was like, why do you cheat on me with girls that are less cute than me? And I was like, because there's nobody cuter than you. Like. So now I think she's okay if I mess around with chicks that aren't as cute as her. So like her new rule is like, just don't let me catch you. Like she doesn't want to know about it.
I think that's the main thing. They just don't want to see it.
Yeah, they don't want to see it. But she tries to catch me. But she says like, don't let me.
Right.
But she tries to catch you.
Yeah. She busts around, busts through.
Yeah, busts through. She like comes down the stairs quietly.
You do that a lot too. You're always like kind of like, what's happening here? What's happening in here? Like coming through the rooms.
I want to say there's a 3P, a 3P in the making.
Yeah.
A good chance for a 3P.
I did that too last night as well.
Yeah.
I mean, that's another thing, is like just taking chicks, or like I think it was with the blue-haired chick, like the elf princess looking girl.
Yeah.
Somebody was banging her in your room, either you or Christoph maybe, and then we went in with we brought Chi and we brought like Emmy to just like peek in, and that was like, I thought it was funny because it was like the past, present, and future, right? Like one chick had been banged before, right? Like Emmy had been banged before. Yeah. One chick was getting banged, and one chick got banged later that night. So it was like the past, present, and future, all in like, and so like the past and future were like peeking in on watching the present girl getting banged as well.
Yeah,
so.
That's pretty deep, actually.
But it's funny because like that's another example. It's like the future girl, she saw and she's like, oh, that was Chi, right? So she was like, oh, this is what's going on, like this is what's happening in this house, and she saw it firsthand. And a lot of times, like, I was talking with Nate about this as well just a second ago, but when they hear like the moaning, like the sex sounds, like they definitely get turned on and they're like, shit, I need some too, right?
Yeah. I mean, I feel it. Like if I don't have a chick and I hear people banging, like I feel like a hit of adrenaline, or I don't know what it is, but like It drives me crazy. Like if I haven't, if I've been banging a lot and I'm just kind of desensitized to it, then it's fine. But like if I haven't really been banging that much and I got like, like a semen built up or whatever, like I got sexual energy and I hear people banging, like there's no way I could just ignore it and go to sleep, right? There's like no way. Like yeah, that's so funny, dude. If you go back, you can see that post on the playbook where I was like, hey guys, I need help. And then Synapse like, why don't you try taking your dick out? And I remember like, that's so crazy, it just might work.
Yeah, we can go back in time a little bit.
Yeah, let's go back in time.
Is there anything else we want to cover while we're still sort of in the groove with recent
things?
Yeah.
I think, well, I don't know, but I really like Momo.
Right. So tell me a little bit about what you like about her and like.
I like that she's tall. Well, she's like, obviously, like physically, she's really my type. Like, like, if I was never into game or like didn't really have like a lot of like outside influence, and I just thought like about what I think is like a really pretty girl, like long brown hair, like white skin, tall, like thin, like not too big in an area, because that's always fun, but like you get bored of anything, right? Like if you're like with a girl with a giant ass, like eventually you'll be like, damn, I'm kind of tired of looking at this gigantic enormous ass. Yeah. So like, yeah, like, I mean, definitely like physically, I think she's really hot. And then personality-wise, like she gives enough. Like she's not like putting so much of herself out there, but when she does, it's like funny and interesting. So it's in a weird way, she's not very chadai with her personality. Like she's not trying to like, I don't know, like show everyone her true self. So it does feel like a kind of reward, or a kind of like I earned it, or I worked for it, when she like reveals her true self to me. And she's really funny and smart too, and interesting, and she's like making a ton of money. Like I think it's cool that she's successful doing what she does.
Have you figured out how much she takes home?
No,
but it's a lot, right?
Know.
Like
it's a lot.
Do you have an idea?
Let's say, I know that she makes at least goman for like going out for dinner or lunch, and she usually has one dinner and one lunch with two different guys. So she's probably making at least juman a day. On days that she works, she doesn't work every day, but she works almost every day. And then she has nights where she stays the night. And I mean, I don't think I'm allowed to say anything more, but like, I mean, there's a lot of dudes out there that will happily spend the night with the chick and not do anything sexual. And then if there is something more involved, then it's even more expensive. And yeah, I don't know if that's saying too much, but
yeah, tell me about the salt harvest.
What do you mean by the salt harvest?
The salt harvest. You're walking around and harvesting.
Oh yeah. I love that. I was gonna get to that eventually. Yeah. But anyway, I think she's successful. Another thing I like about her that I think is just like really has to do with my like own narcissism, is I love walking with her like down the street, like everyone's looking, like men, women, like old people, young people, like everyone's looking at me and Momo walking down the street, and it could even be in my head, but like everyone looks, and then she's like, yeah, it's so annoying, like people always look at me or whatever. Man, it feels good, man. If you see like these Japanese guys looking salty as fuck, not just Japanese guys, obviously foreigners too. You see some foreigners like walking around with like some like, moon-faced coyote, and they see me with my fucking stunner, and they're like, oh shit, like how do I get one of those, right? They would like to know, right? Yeah, the salt harvest feels good, yeah. Like, yeah, just seeing like dudes, all the dudes, they get jealous, or even if maybe they're not jealous, but at least in their mind they're thinking like, damn, look at that girl, or like, how'd that guy get with her? Like, yeah, I don't know why, but it makes me feel good.
You're doing service for the image of gaijin as well, because like most gaijin are with pretty bad chicks, right? So, you walking around, it's like putting in your daily service for the betterment of gaijin dudes.
Yeah, we can do it too. Yeah, we can get hot chicks too.
Yeah.
And like the coolest part is when I run into somebody that I know, and they see me with Momo, they're like, "The fuck, like, damn, this guy is like on that level, like shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know."
Nice.
So that's another thing that I like about chilling with Momo.
Yeah.
I like walking with her. That's actually like a slang that we have in Miami when a girl's really hot. Like we say, like if a girl's just okay, we say she could get it. Like if we just think she's passable, we'll say like, oh, she could get it.
Yeah.
But then if we think she's really hot, we'll say like, damn, I'd walk with her. I'd walk with her. Yeah, I'd walk with her. It means that she's hot.
I like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Let's start using that.
I'd walk with her. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Sweet. I guess so digging a little bit back.
Damn, what the hell is this?
We might have to wrap this up
We
soon.
just saw some random females.
Yeah, it looks good too.
Yeah.
So going back, let's do a little bit. Let's do just a little, like 5 minutes or something. Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna wrap it up, B.
Yeah. So going back a little bit, back to the beginnings. Can you tell me about what's the biggest difference between your life like 2+ years ago and your life now? Yeah.
2+ years ago, like I was seeing a lot of hot girls outside. Not even hot. It's like pretty cute girls outside. Thinking like, I wish I could meet them. I wish there was a situation where it would be socially acceptable to meet with them and like at least like see if there's a kind of like attraction or something. And then like in those cases where I did, it would be really, really hard to like, not really hard, but I would put too much thought into like how to ask them out and where to take them and what to do and how to communicate. And once I like got one, then I probably, kind of hold on to them pretty tightly and maybe like text them too much or like try to like open up my feelings too much too fast. So like it was everything was just bad, right? Like I didn't know how to meet them, and even if I met them, I didn't really know how to like properly act around them. And if I got them to like me, I would probably like chase them away with like too much attention. So it was just, everything was bad, right? And now like if there's a girl on the street that I want to talk to, I just talk to them, and it works enough times that I'm encouraged to do it more and more. Like I think it's at least a pleasant conversation, like 70 or 80% of the time. And then a lot of the times it leads to sex, and sometimes it leads to like multiple, being able to smash multiple times, and sometimes it leads to like me and my friends and her friends all having a big orgy.
Your friends.
Yeah,
we can
just
be
like
friends.
Your friends can get with my friends, and we could be friends. Shit, we could do this every weekend.
It's exactly that.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right. I think that's good for now.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been good chatting.
For sure. Yep. I mean, everything. Playbook, Attraction Japan, the book, the coaching. I got coaching, so I'm a coaching alumni. It's all worth every yen, or more. It's worth more. Yeah, much more than it actually costs. But
Well, thanks, man. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Sure.
I mean, obviously you've been crushing it. You've been doing really, really well recently. Well, and for a while now. But yeah, it's good to get your perspective on some stuff. I wish we could do it longer, but to be honest, we have matters to attend to.
Yeah.
All right, so everybody, see you guys next time. Peace.